How's it going? I'm Rob with Synthetic Turf Northwest. We're here in Kirkland today. We're gonna do a consultation for a family, see if we can help them out with some turf. I'll show you what we do and all the steps to an in-home consultation. All right, I got all my stuff here, my samples. Go meet the customer. One of the first things you can tell, right, is like the type of sod and stuff that they use here. Like it's broken down, it hasn't been mulched, it's too thick and it's not draining. We just went through the first phase of the consultation with the customer, kind of walking them through their vision and sort of the challenges that they're dealing with back here. And then we worked together to sort of come up with a plan, reviewed it with him to make sure he understood everything. And so now what I'm gonna do is I've sent him away. He's got the samples, he's got our information packet. So I'm gonna measure the yard now, and I'm gonna measure the distances around the yard, throughout the yard. We're gonna figure out the turf cuts, how much edging we need, and then we'll be able to start working on a design and pricing. We worked out with the customer that we're gonna eliminate part of this flower bed here, and we're gonna align the turf with the edge of the patio. So that's where we're gonna start with our tape. I'm now gonna measure this full length of the yard. And that's going to start to give us an idea of how many pieces we'll be putting in over the top of this and seaming together. So now we've got this is what we call our cross tape, right? It runs across the yard. It'll run across the cuts. So now what we want to do is find the longest portion across that tape in every 15-foot section. So pulling my measuring tape from the fence to the patio, we've got about 19.5 feet. So what that means is that we're gonna order a 20-foot piece of turf to cover this area. We always wanna order a little bit of extra just so we have enough to work with in case there is some variation, but also just so we can use the sweet spots of the turf. So this is kind of an interesting situation. The way that we come in from the driveway, we came up some rock stairs kind of through a flower bed and through that gate, right? This customer has a side access gate here, which is going to make the crew's lives a lot easier. We can just open this up. These guys can park down here. There's no landscaping or hardscaping really they can mess up, so they've got kind of like a really easy path right into the backyard, which helps keep the cost down for the customer and keeps us efficient and allows us to work really quickly. Okay, so a couple things here. I've got my design sort of drawn out. This is a really simple shape. What a great way to kind of show everybody how we do things. It's very simple. Basically, we've got the length of the yard. We've got this longest distance. So now all I have to do to sort of complete the design is I'm going to come through and I'm going to put in my turf cuts. Measured that out, it's right around 15 feet. So one thing you want to be sure of, right? Like just because this yard is like super uniform, right? It looks uniform. We still want to be sure that we measure each 15-foot section for accuracy, right? We don't want to be too short. We don't want to have too much. We want to have just calculate the right amount of turf to make sure that we can be efficient while we're in the field. So a little bit of something that's unique to this job. You can see this is a new home. They got a new fence. And what the builder did is they just put some 2x10s in the ground here to help retain the yard from eroding down. So if you look on the other side of this fence, it just kind of falls off. So the last thing we want to do is just dig this all up and think we can throw a bunch of gravel in here and it's just going to stay great. There's a better solution here. So basically we can kind of keep the same type of structure, but what we'll do is we'll put in new 2x10s and we'll clean it up so they don't have this overhang. They'll fall in line with the fence post and it'll just be a nice clean look. We'll be able to sort of level the lawn, but also know that it's being protected and retained by the wood that we've got going along the bottom edge of the fence. Oh yeah, that's a good distance. Okay, so we're out of the backyard now. I've kind of popped out to the car here. I pop up the little hood on the back of my Kia Soul and I start to work up the vital information on the quotes. The things that we're going to be looking at here, like how much edging we're going to need, how much edging material. We're going to look at the total square footage for the construction area based on my measurements, and then we're also going to be working with the amount of square footage of material that we have to order to cover that space. So wrapped up with our consultation here in Kirkland today. I showed the customer the quotes, and now they've got all their information. They can see the plan, they know the cost. and they can start working on their decision making. Look us up at syntheticturfnorthwest.com or give us a call at 425-788-0718. On to the next one.